What's going on? I'm Anthony, and welcome to Everything with Millennials. You know, that podcast where two millennials talk about whatever we want. This week, we're part two in it from last week, where we talked about all the Marvel stuff. We actually only got through Loki and Black Widow. But this week, we're going to do the rest. And with me, I got, of course, always, the incomparable Mick Martin. How's it going, Mick?
I am feeling incomparable.
You're so incomparable. You're just like...
Yeah. I'm feeling just totally incomparable.
So it was awesome.
Incomparable. You know what I'm thinking?
Yep.
I'm thinking if people want to donate to the podcast, they should write a check and put it in the recycling, and then hopefully, if when I buy recycled items, I accidentally come across the money.
Yes, a classic Mick Martin. Give us your money in a creative way. I love it. Good ones every week. Always creative.
Well,
so,
I feel like you've deconstructed it now, but let's continue. Continue, A-Train.
It was
Tony.
awesome. Actually, so I kind of mentioned this to you yesterday because I actually saw you in person yesterday. I said, it's funny because this is our 8th episode, and I haven't seen you in person since we started this podcast.
I know. It's like,
so it's
Jesus Christ, mate.
Kind of funny to see the guy from the screen that I do the podcast with in person. So
live and in person.
So kind of things to come, right? Now we can actually start seeing some people. What we're going to do this week, we're basically going to talk about all the stuff we kind of missed last week because we had too much Marvel stuff. And we just went for like an hour and 15 minutes on 2 subjects. So we're gonna cover the rest of that stuff today. How do you feel about that?
I'm happy.
Good.
These are subjects that I enjoy covering. So
yeah, we actually even had a kind of a conversation yesterday in person about these things.
I know, it was quite something.
Right.
Yeah. I'm still feeling the effects of it.
Yes, we may have partaken in a few drinkies, but I'm always raring to go to do this podcast.
Adult beverages.
Let's jump into kind of the first thing that I wanted to talk to. So the Deadpool and Korg commercial. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's basically a commercial for Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds' new movie. But he did a commercial kind of in character as Deadpool. And what was really awesome about this, they also had Korg from the MCU. So this is a very multi-layered thing. It's an advertisement for Free Guy, but also it's kind of...
It was a dog, not Korg. Yeah. I'm seeing it in front of me now.
Yeah, so they started with he was watching the Cruella trailer, and then he made the joke, he's like, where are the freaking dogs? So it's like kind of like a YouTube video of like a Deadpool reacting to different things. So they're pretending like it's a kind of a series. So he reacted to Cruella. So now he's going to kind of react with Korg to Free Guy. And so they watch the trailer and they kind of react to all this.
I like Korg.
And it's funny because it's kind of like Deadpool's unofficial welcome to the MCU. Because now he's in this video with Korg from the MCU. And they kind of go through all of that stuff.
Do you think The Thing and Korg will have anything to do with one another once they join the MCU and the Fox U or whatever it is?
Who is that?
Korg and The Thing from the Fantastic Four.
The Thing? Yeah.
Because you know how The Thing's a rock monster, right?
Yeah.
And The Thing in my opinion, should be played by Danny DeVito, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. So The Thing is a rock monster, and Korg is a rock monster from space. Yeah. So presumably, I don't know. There's some connection there? No?
Make your rock, paper, scissors jokes here, people. No need to be afraid, unless you're scissors.
Paper is what we write mining contracts on. So paper is the strongest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so it's funny because they took shots about everybody in this. And I loved, he was telling him give him advice how to join the MCU. And then and at the end of that, he's like, I prefer Dark World. And it's kind of shots of Taika Waititi because Korg is Taika Waititi. He's in the movie, as you can see here, in Free Guy. But then he's also the director of Ragnarok and the new Thor movie, Love and Thunder, which we'll kind of get to in a bit.
Yeah, it's cool that like all these pieces were able to come together to make this
Yeah,
happen.
it's just like extreme synergy. So the Free Guy movie is actually a Fox leftover. They were filming it during the merger, and it's something that kind of got left over. So now it's Disney's property as well, so they can kind of merge all this kind of stuff together. So you're getting Free Guy, it's Disney, of course, they own Marvel.
Okay, so what's Free Guy? Did you watch it? Have you seen it?
No, so it doesn't come out yet. It's not
Oh,
out for a bit.
this
It's
August,
August, yeah. So it's coming out in August.
August 2021, right before everything got real bad with that Delta variant. God, I hope my words are not prophetic.
I just love the part where they were making fun of like how they took away Ryan Reynolds to film Free Guy instead of filming the next Deadpool. He's like diverting the Canadian Cumberbatch to film this movie.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And then the whole thing about explaining what fridging is. He's like, I hope they don't fridge here.
What is a fridging?
So he explains that fridging is when you kind of like kill off the character to make the main character's like story move ahead. So basically, when they killed Vanessa in Deadpool 2, that was fridging. So that, and then he explained
Oh.
that, and then he's like Deadpool 2.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
So
they
maybe
made
he
so
wasn't
many
happy
jokes
about
in this
killing
thing.
her character off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, that was the Deadpool Core commercial. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Fridging, yeah, I guess I've heard women don't like the roles they get a lot. Like it's like a lot of girlfriends or moms and stuff like that of the main character who is like an interesting character.
Yeah, but
Um,
like in the first movie, she had some to do, and then in the second movie, she had even less to do. I'm talking about Vanessa, but in the comics, she becomes her own character, right? She's like, I forget what it
well,
was.
dude, the comics go on like some of these comics get released weekly,
Yeah,
right? Or at least monthly.
yeah.
So
She gets
the comics have been going on forever and ever, and all these different characters have had all sorts of different runs.
and she gets like she basically gets superpowers and everything too. So she becomes her own kind of superhero. I
Oh
forget
well,
what
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
But
so
she died in Deadpool 2, didn't she?
Yeah,
She
she'll come
fucking
back somehow.
dies, and then she
Someone dies weekly in comics and comes back the next week all the time.
No, not always. Sometimes it takes a whole run to get them
Yes,
back.
yeah, I agree. Yeah. I've seen it where like they have a character dead for like 10 years and then all of a sudden they're alive again.
I would love to see a
Widow.
movie where
Waiting for it.
I'd
I'm
like to see
waiting
a
for it.
movie. I want to see a movie where they seduce. Where Deadpool seduces Lady Death in order to bring his girlfriend back, and he's got to go through like the
Oh.
maze realm of Lady.
Isn't that
Death,
something
you
that
know?
does happen actually in the comics?
Something along those lines? Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So word to that storyline, and
Yeah, there's so many
Or-
things that they can do in like these Marvel movies now. Like they just have literally an unlimited supply of stories that they can do.
that's true. They've
And-
been
and,
going
like,
forever and
as-
ever with. They've been getting very creative people to burn themselves out making these stories for.
Yeah,
fucking
and if you look at
years,
it in like
so.
the timeline of stories, they're literally at the beginning still.
Who is?
Like in like all the stories Marvel's ever told, in the movies, they're basically right at the very beginning of like everything. Like they still have decades of story they could tell in a Marvel
Oh,
movie.
that's true. Yeah, you mean like they have the Galactus thing and they have the
Like even in Iron Man's
Secret
career,
Wars.
but he's
Yeah.
dead now. But everybody's still early on in like the long run of comics.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So Iron Man is probably not going to stay dead, right? I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, he can come back in some sort of way, but yeah. So-
Well, because of the time variant stuff, right? That changes everything. That makes it so that people
Yeah,
can
the multiverse makes anything
come
possible.
back and go and do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The multiverse makes everything
Yeah,
possible. So.
and then speaking of multiverse, so the next thing we're gonna see in the Marvel universe is the What If show.
What if?
Yeah, so this comes out in August, so
What?
August 11th. That's the
What?
next TV show we're gonna see in the Marvel TV universe. Do you know anything about the What If series?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they're gonna do one episode for every movie for the first like 22 movies. And then in each episode, it's like, so first one they're going to do is Captain America, but instead of him getting the super soldier serum, it's Peggy Carter gets the super soldier serum. So it's like, what if she got it? So then she becomes Captain Britain. And then Steve Rogers actually gets one of the very first Iron Man suits, and we see in the trailer like him like flying in it, and then she's Captain America basically. And then in other episodes, we get what if Black Panther was taken instead of Star-Lord, so he's like a Ravager and stuff like that. So there's like one episode for every, but and it's funny, it spins out of the Loki TV show because like all the branches at the end of the Loki TV show branched out. So this is basically now you're looking into each one of those branches in a different like reality.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm down for that. I'm into that. I think that we've got a good thing going if they can really go, stretch these concepts out and go pretty far out there with them, because it is animated, right? So
Yeah. And
they've got the budget for it, and they want to have some fun with their characters.
yeah. And it's like the show is like kind of narrated by oh, excuse me, drinking. Pop, not booze.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's was it The Observer?
As a tequila man. Yes, what? Pardon me?
Yeah, so like The Observers, like the guy you can hear in the trailer, the guy's narrating it, and it's like one of those Observer guys, like I forgot what movie it was, but they had like the three observers in it, and then you had like Stan Lee was an observer as well, so they kind of canonized all his appearances
Watchers?
and all the Watchers. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. No, Stanley's the Beyonder, man. CGI
Yeah.
Stanley's going to be the Beyonder.
So then,
Yeah.
so if it's like the Watchers watching, and
Hello,
he's,
true believers.
he's telling the story of like the different branches and all the different variations of stuff that happened. I heard like a theory that like, do you think it's all going to be connected? Do you think they're going to have like some sort of multiverse Avengers team inside of the What If series? Because I saw a few stills where it's like different characters from different realities, but they're all standing together in like an Avengers pose. So do you think it's like all one-offs, or do you think it's going to be all connected in one thing?
Probably eventually it'll all be connected, right?
Yeah,
They'll put
inside
it
of
all together. Well, if it's successful, they'll put it together. If it's not,
no, but like
then they'll
in
just
that series,
disregard
in the 22 episode run.
Oh, do you think that they'll cross over?
Yeah,
And then it'll be instead of being like pure episodic, it'll be somehow linear, or like
yeah, because
like be a series of episodic tie-ins to the same.
no, like
thing.
say it's.
I mean,
think,
maybe it might be. Yeah.
I feel like each episode will be bottled into that episode, but then somehow they'll kind of link them together. Like maybe you'll get a post-credit scene that shows them going into another multiverse, and at the end they fight some sort of like big bad of that cartoon series. So that'd be pretty cool.
Like with Killmonger and Iron Man might go, and Killmonger might convince Tony Stark to try and do something with Wakanda or whatever. Yeah, that could be very interesting. Yeah.
I think that's what they might do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping actually, now that you say that, that they do something creative like that. Yeah, because that's pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
That's just what I've analyzed from the trailer. That you can see all these stills. They look like they're bottle episodes, but I think they might connect because you see those characters come together in some stills. So
right.
I'm kind of
that's
excited
right.
for that now too.
Right.
Few weeks,
right,
man.
I get it.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. We get Marvel's What If.
Yeah.
So then, actually, after Marvel's What If, we get our first. But
let's talk a little bit more about the What If comics, though, because I remember they had some pretty interesting What If comics. They had like, what if Spider-Man kept the Venom suit? Remember?
Yeah, I didn't actually read any of those ones.
Yeah, Punisher eventually comes after him, I think, or a bunch of people come after him and they shoot his dick off. It's great.
What?
It's really good. Yeah, it's a really good comic. Then there's no Carnage, and I think it works out better. Anyway, yeah. What else? What else are we doing? Okay, what are we moving on to?
So the first actually real new movie for this year. I don't really count Black Widow because that was supposed to come out last year. So the next movie that we have is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and that comes out September 3rd. So basically, we get the origin story of the Mandarin.
Mandarin?
Yeah, the Mandarin.
And so, is Mandarin going to be a villain?
Yeah, so Have you seen that trailer?
No, yes, I think so. I just remember it
Yeah.
looking like there
So
was a lot of
so you get the
sort of
re
sword play stuff, right?
yeah, no, it's like it's basically Marvel's uh Bruce
Or
Lee is
like
the
hand to hand
Shang-Chi,
type
and that
stuff.
movie will be like Enter the Dragon. That's basically what it kind of is. But
Okay.
we get the real Mandarin. So basically, he's got these rings that he wears. The 10 rings. He actually wears them as like wristbands. So he's got five on each thing that kind of gives him the powers. And then the Shang-Chi in this iteration is his son. So then,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Shang-Chi's his son, and then basically I don't know, some sort of battle family. Vin Diesel
Because I
type stuff.
guess Mandarin sort of makes the most sense as the leader of like the Phoenician Chinese government, like the Northern Chinese.
Yeah, and it's something they've kind of
Um,
alluded to since the very beginning, like the
that
very
the
first movie in Iron Man in 2008.
Right, they sort of did, but they never really got into it, right? And then
And then we
when
saw,
they got that like Oscar-winning actor to be that like Bluff or whatever, right?
oh yeah, so they got,
Um,
and that's something I hope they kind of touch upon. So there was Trevor Slattery in the movie who was played by what's his name? Ben Kingsley.
yeah,
So he
Kingsley,
in Iron Man 2, he was the fake Mandarin. And it ended up being actually like Aldrich Killian from Iron Man 2,
Killian,
but he was kind of like
yeah.
fake too.
And I think that they
So
were trying to make a broader point about like the way terrorism is
yeah,
sort of occurs versus how it's portrayed and this and that. But I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. So I don't know if you ever seen there was a short that actually came out after Iron Man 2. It's called All Hail the King, and it had Ben Kingsley in jail, and then it was basically his. It was a little short about him being in jail, and at the very end of it, the real Mandarin broke him out, and so Ben Kingsley is not in jail anymore, and he gets taken by the real Mandarin. So the real Mandarin that's in this movie takes him, but then we don't know what happened. So I kind of hope that they
I
pay
say
off the
we
Trevor
find Ben
Slattery character.
Kingsley and we throw him in prison. Just do it. Just for whatever.
Yeah, so
Let's
there's
just get
that.
him.
I hope they pay off, and I think there'll be a ton of like references to Iron Man because like in the comics and in the cartoon,
But we both agree that Ben Kingsley belongs in jail, right? That's we can agree on that.
no, no,
Uh,
I'm with the
no,
Mandarin on this
all
one.
right.
Break them
We'll
out.
see. Okay. Hmm.
So then,
Okay.
in also in the trailer for Shang Chi, you see Abomination from Hulk fighting Wong from Doctor Strange at the very end of the trailer. I don't know if you saw that or caught that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that they and that kind of leads me to what I was talking about last week when we were talking Black Widow and like Dark Avengers, Thunderbolts kind of thing. That's where I got Abomination from because I saw him at the end of that trailer in Shang Chi. So I'm like, Thunderbolts, Dark Avengers, something like that, you know.
Hmm. Abomination.
So
I love
what do
Abomination.
you think
Yeah.
Abomination is fighting Wong? Is Wong fighting for that sandwich money?
Sandwich money. No. Wong would probably fight the Abomination just for the sake of the fact that the Abomination is a threat to like the human race, and Wong is a pretty badass, dude, and he would beat the shit out of him. I think Wong would just beat the shit out of Abomination because of Abomination is Abomination.
He would just
Like he
open up
doesn't.
a big portal underneath him and get him swallowed up.
Yeah, and just swallow him up because he's a problem, man. That thing is a monster, and he's not happy with anyone. He's just
Yeah.
happy with Carnage. He destroyed the Big Slice there in Toronto. It was in the
Oh
movie,
yeah.
the Hulk movie, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
then after Abomination destroyed it, it disappeared. So I'm just saying, sometimes you don't get things back, and Abomination has got to go.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for that Shang-Chi movie. I think that's going to be great.
I loved the Big Slice. It was a solid place. Now it's gone. So yeah, I hope I hope Shang-Chi whoops him.
That's going to be good. I don't think any of these are going to be bad. I think like every Marvel movie that comes out, even at its worst, is still pretty good.
Yeah, word.
Yep. All right. So also in September, the next movie coming out we got is Venom. Let There Be Carnage. We're gonna get Carnage, Venom, Woody Harrelson. Yeah, you hyped for that
Oh,
one? September, man.
yeah, I am. I'm hyped because I like watching reaction videos on YouTube, and some people who've never read comics or anything like that, watching them watch Venom, they like Venom, and it makes me like Venom more. So I'm hyped to watch
Yeah,
Venom and then watch other people react to Venom, which
but
is
the
weird,
second
I
one,
know,
yeah.
but
Well,
yeah,
you know, it's funny.
but
I liked the first one. Did you like the first one?
that's what I want to do anyway because I like it. What?
Did you like the first movie?
Venom?
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought it was solid, man. Like,
Yeah, a lot of people hated it,
yeah, I
but I
heard
thought it
that
was.
too.
I thought it had a good sense of humor about itself. I thought that
Yeah,
the way they did the Venom symbiote with Eddie was good. I thought it was
yeah,
funny,
I thought it was solid,
and
and the second one is gonna be wicked too. Like, and now, so there, the rumors are there'll be a Spider-Man cameo in here, and I think so. The Venom movie was good enough that MCU was go, okay, we'll roll this in. Well, I guess because also Spider-Man, right? Because they're sharing Spider-Man, so I guess they're sharing Venom as well, kind of.
yeah, I guess they are. I guess they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to see Venom inspired like this. What's his name? Tom Holland Spider Man and
Fighting
Tom
Tom Hardy.
Hardy's Venom. I think that would be an interesting little
Yeah, because he's
exchange.
so much smaller. Like, like he's basically still a kid, and he's gonna fight like this full-on adult man that's like hugely ripped, and I
Well,
think
he
to me,
did that in. I mean, he fought. I guess Michael Keaton's not the same, but he fought
oh, Christian Bale.
Mysterio. Did he fight Christian Bale? He never fought Christian
Oh, sorry,
Bale.
who? Tom Hardy.
Tom Holland?
Oh, not Tom
No, Tom
Holland.
Hardy.
Tom
Tom
Hardy when he
Hardy.
was Bane.
Tom
That's a,
Tom Hardy when he was Bane, he was. Yeah, I'm sure he would break poor little Tom Holland in half. What was the question? Where are
I
we?
forget something about Venom.
His weakness
Is
is
fire
fire.
or ultrasonics. Meh. So I think
Yeah,
what
which I
those
don't. I've never liked. I mean, those are very easily accessed weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? It's not quite as bad as having your weakness bullets, but it's like it's like okay, those are the other basically the other couple of things. Like if you don't have bullets, you've either got bombs or fire or I don't know some kind of sound. I guess
yeah
maybe sound's sort of a weird weapon, but it's out there. People
yeah
use sounds to fuck with people. I think
oh yeah like riot control they actually use sound as well. So
that's
that's
what I'm
kind of a myth.
saying.
Yeah.
And the bad
So
guy in the last Venom was called Riot. Bada bing, it all
ooh,
comes around.
how do you feel about Woody Harrelson as Carnage?
Who?
Woody Harrelson.
Uh,
At least they
Woody
got rid of that
Harrelson?
horrible wig, eh? Remember from the
I
post-credit
love.
scene? He was wearing
I
that
like.
terrible wig.
Yeah, no, that
Now
yeah,
he's got
that
a
was fine.
decent haircut.
Does he have a haircut? Yeah,
Yeah.
there's gonna be carnage.
He's had like the curly hair. I guess they were kind of emulating the comics where
Harold
Cle-
Woodison.
yeah, Harold Wilson. Something cool though, I think I don't know if they'll do it in this movie or they're saving it for something cuz currently Venom doesn't have the spider on his chest, right? And he doesn't shoot
Does he
webs
not?
yet. No, he's blank. He's black. Basically he has like veins and stuff. So
I thought he had the whole thing on
he
his.
he doesn't shoot webs and he doesn't have the thing yet. So he has to meet Spider-Man so he can get basically some of his powers and get the cool design, and that'll be epic. I don't know if they. I think they're saving that for like the next movie because I don't think they'll do that because that's such a huge like thing.
I thought he had all that shit already.
Nah, you got
That's cool
nothing.
though.
Yeah, so that's something they gotta do. Either I don't know. They gotta do it in the next movie. It's gotta be the next movie. But Spider-Man versus Venom, because the movie. So Venom is called Venom Let There Be Carnage. You think they'll have another movie where Venom and Spider-Man team up, and then they'll do Maximum Carnage?
I mean, maybe yeah.
Because they could have
Especially
called
if they
this
want
Maximum
money.
Carnage. So, but
Yeah,
they
if they want
didn't.
money,
They
they'll
didn't.
do Maximum Carnage.
So I
They'll
think they're
just do a
saving that.
Maximum Carnage movie about Carnage.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're saving that name. I think so you can do Maximum
Yeah,
Carnage. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. And they will, and they'll do it like jolly good chaps.
I see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
All right, so
They'll make a lot of money from it. I bet. Yeah.
yes, Venom. So so you know, it's funny. We still have two more movies for this year
Marvel movies?
after the ones we just mentioned. So the next
What
one
are they?
coming in November, The Eternals.
What? What the fuck? I don't know much about the Eternals. I gotta be honest.
Honestly, too, I don't know, but they're basically like Thanos was basically eternal. They're like kind of like demigods, and so in the Eternals, there's a few. So it's like star studded. It's like Kumail Nanjiani, the guy from like Silicon Valley. He got like super jacked to be.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him for this. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it looks like he's been spending a lot of time with like a strength and conditioning coach
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Kit
pretty
Harington,
impressive.
Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek. They're all Eternals. So it's basically they've
Whoa,
been
whoa,
on.
whoa! Did you just say Selma Hayek
Yes,
and Angelina
Angelina
Jolie?
Jolie, and Kit Harington. Man, he's gonna be
Really?
friggin' Moon
Kit
Knight.
Harington. Yeah, who gives a shit?
But they're all
Um,
big names, right? So like, and there's a few others that are in the cast because there's like a whole bunch.
you say so.
Yeah, I don't know too much about them either, but they're kind of like Thanos level. They got these powers, and basically they've been on Earth like the whole time, but they didn't know they were Eternals. So something happens, and all their powers gets triggered, and so Eternals, and that's so we'll see.
Yeah,
But I think,
yeah.
but it probably
I
looked
don't
pretty
know.
cool from the trailer.
It looks neat. I mean, like we were saying before, they've got a fucking century of source materials
Yeah,
to pull stories from. So
and
hopefully they pull one
since
that doesn't suck, or
Thanos,
pull from a bunch of different ones that
yeah,
don't suck and
and
work it
we're
out.
gonna get Thanos
Thanos,
references because
yeah,
he's
but
Eternal.
Thanos, yeah, he's a Titan. He's a mad Titan.
Yeah, but a Titan is like a race that's like there are Eternals, I think. So we're
I
gonna
don't
get a whole
know.
bunch. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're both of us are right now are kind of speaking
I don't
outside
know,
of the
Anthony. I don't
the
know.
one we
I
know.
don't know, Tony. Yeah, you could be lying, Tony.
All right, so the last movie coming up this year. This might excite you. You ready? Spider-Man: No Way Home, December 17.
That's
What?
gonna be,
What was
that's
that?
gonna be awesome. I bet you that's
Yeah.
gonna be wicked.
See, that's gonna be great because we gotta. There's so much. Like, there's rumors of the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming back. They're gonna do
Rumor
a
has it.
cameo.
Rumor
Doctor
has it.
Strange is supposed to be in it to help him.
Rumor has it.
No, that's not rumor.
Rumor has it.
Only the Andrew Garfield,
Elizabeth
Tobey Maguire
Olsen will
thing.
be in it too.
Owen
What?
Wilson. I hope Owen Wilson will be in it. That'd be awesome. He should be in everything.
Elizabeth Owen Wilson. It would be awesome if all of them were in it. If Elizabeth Olsen and Owen Wilson and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and
Yeah, that
Paul
was
Giamatti
crazy
and
movie.
fucking William Defoe.
Okay, did
who's
you
the
hear
guy-
that? What's it? Jamie Foxx is reprising his role as
Electro.
Electro,
Boo!
and so is
No,
the guy,
I don't like this.
and
This
so is the
is
guy
bad.
who played Doctor Octopus in Spider-Man 2.
Okay, him
So-
I love.
They're pulling in
Jamie
multiverse.
Foxx is amazing in everything. All right, I fucking love Jamie Foxx, but
Yeah,
Electro was bunk, man. Jamie Foxx did a good job, like as an actor or whatever. He made you feel for the character and stuff. But I don't know. They did like they bunged him up. They made him. They
Yeah.
made it was just. I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, did you want him with the yellow star mask and the green spandex? Remember?
I
That's
guess
what he
not.
looked like.
Yeah, I guess not. But I didn't want him as this like Spider-Man obsessed stalker weird
Yeah.
guy. You
Yeah,
know,
he
like-
was. Yeah, not how I would have done it either, too, but still all right. But they're gonna change him up a bit. You know, they'll probably be like a variant. This is funny. You can pull in now anyone and just change them a bit and just call them a variant.
Yeah, I guess you can sell a lot of goddamn toys this way.
Yeah,
Yeah, Disney knows. I mean, they know how to make money for their people. That's for sure.
hmm
I hope they pay their workers well, man. I don't know if they do. I really hope they do,
I think everyone's making a killing over there.
including the people who design and make and have to manufacture the toys, like in the factories. And
I
the
thought you
people
meant
who
like
make the t-shirts.
making the movies, but I don't know about the merchandise.
No, I don't know about the merchandise either, but I hope that those people make good money. You know, I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
that the people who do that, wherever they are, because they don't. I don't know. I guess I haven't looked into it enough, but I just hope that they make good money because Disney's making a killing hand over fist. They're cashing in big time on Marvel just being in the racks at stores that parents would take us to when they were buying smokes or whatever, right? So like, I don't know, man. I just hope that the workers are getting their fair share. That's all.
Yeah, hopefully they got that union going. I know you're a
or
pro-union
something,
dude.
just something. Just I just hope that they're making something, and I don't want to like praise Disney too much, unless they're doing good stuff on that front too. So
Yeah.
I just wanted. That's why I want to bring it up or whatever. Anyway, go on. Let's go on.
All right. So now we're moving into 2022, and the next movie coming out is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So this comes out March 25th, 2022.
Yes. I'm super super pumped for that because Benedict Cabbage is unbelievable.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
He's the man. He's great.
Yeah, no, he's great. I love
he's
him.
He's great on SNL. He's great in everything.
It's funny because when they first announced him as casting, I was like, I don't know, but he killed it. He nailed it. He was good.
He was even good as Khan, and probably shouldn't have been cast as Khan, but he did fine with the role. And you know what I mean? Like I just I'm down with Mr.
And I'm curious to what's going to happen in this movie because Loki and Wanda are supposed to be in it.
Yeah, right. And I'm so down.
So after watching WandaVision and after seeing Loki, now you know they're in this movie.
So Paul Bettany probably be in it too, right?
Possibly. Well,
I hope so. I hope that they all get a lot of time, like screen time together, because those are that's a tremendous group of actors, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
I think that they could really chew the fat together, and I don't know. Yeah. I hope that they just fucking sit down for dinner.
And the villain for this one is supposed to be Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah, you know Nightmare.
I know Nightmare.
Yeah. So he's supposed to be villain.
Not a big fan.
No?
Not a big fan of that villain. No.
Would you rather be Mephisto?
Yes, actually. Yeah, Mephisto's way better than Nightmare. Nightmare doesn't suck. Nightmare can be used right.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be better if his name was like Mr. Nightmare.
Mr. Nightmare.
Or something, rather than just Nightmare. Like Nightmare.
Mr.
It's already a thing.
Yeah. I think it'd be good. It's just interesting because I don't know too much about what's going to happen there, but it's fun. I'm just interested because of all the stuff that happened in Loki. It's like, how is he in this? And then we're going to get a season 2, of Loki. So it's interesting to see what will happen there. And I'll tell you.
Did it.
So Loki season 2 has to come sometime after Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and before Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, because in Quantumania we get Kang the Conqueror, right? So I feel like the season 2 of Loki has to fit in between those two movies. So between March 25th, 2022 and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, February 17, 2023, Loki season 2 has to go right in between that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It does. And if it doesn't, then there's going to be some serious trouble.
Yeah. I think Loki season 2 might leave us on another cliffhanger because that's when you get all the evil Kangs. They're going to I think Loki season 2 will just basically run through all of that stuff that we had questions on in Loki season 1 that they left us on and then leave us again hanging, and then you get Kang the Conqueror. They're probably going to screw up again. I don't think there'll be another happy ending at the end of Loki season 2, just from how the movies are scheduled.
Yeah, I guess. It doesn't have to be happy as long as the ending is satisfying.
As long as we get our jet skis and our WoW. That's all we need, right? I was so sad.
WoW and I want a jet ski. Yeah, give me my WoWs and give me my jet skis, or get the fuck out of my house.
So how do you still feel about the end of Loki season 1? Still not pleased?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to check in and see if
if
anything changed there.
Still not. Yeah, I like Kang's performance or whatever was fine.
Yeah, that guy's great.
I think his plan sucked. I just think his plan sucked. I think his plan would have been much better if he was like, listen, Kang's. We always pass the throne on from one Kang to another. I'm going to try to pass the throne on to you instead. And see if that throws a hitch up in the ride. And I'm eccentric, and the timeline has infected my brain. That's why I couldn't just, go to you directly. I think that if he said something along those lines, it would have made a lot more sense. But his current plan made no sense. It just was ridiculous. His reason
his plan was fine
for bringing them to I didn't. Anyway, fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I thought it was offensive. It was an offensive plan.
All right. See, hopefully season 2, like I said, will probably turn you around. Maybe, hopefully.
Well, nobody really cares anyway. So what am I saying?
All right. So I guess next movie and coming up next year, Thor: Love and Thunder. That comes out May 6, 2022.
Love.
And have you seen any of like the behind the scenes pictures? Thor is more jacked than he ever was. Like he worked out like so much. Like his arms are like super massive. And that's also
I
because
believe in a thing
he's
called
gonna
love.
be playing Hulk Hogan in a Hulk Hogan movie.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, so Jack Thor is a welcome addition.
Yeah, super
to,
jacked. Like he was normally jacked. Now he's like even more Point Break.
He was quite jacked in the first one, I'd say. Right?
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
big old in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Big old dude in that first one.
So basically,
Second,
we'll
not
pick up
as
from
big
where we
old.
last saw them because basically Guardians
My
are in
favorite
this
Thor is
one.
Fat Thor though, so I don't.
Yeah,
care.
no, he was
Like,
hilarious.
Everybody loves like. I want to see my Thor jacked and blah, 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 blah. It's like no, I want to see him.
Do you think the movie opens with like a montage of him working out? Because he's like super fat, and then he's like, I gotta get back into shape. So it's like, na na na, and he's like running up the stairs and stuff. And then he just gets super
given
jacked.
Taika Waititi's, sense of humor or whatever, I think it's very possible, man.
Yeah, I'd love that if that was the opening, just him getting like super jacked, or and then he fails a
Yeah.
few times, but then he takes steroids or something.
But I mean, yeah, I guess he won't get stronger from lifting the hammer. I don't know. Can he just decide how he looks? He's a god, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if he's just crushing beer and playing video games, maybe even a god can get fat. That's a real indictment of gamer culture, eh? Just like stop crushing beers and fucking gaming. Otherwise, even if you're the god of thunder, Chris Helmsworth, you're gonna get a fat, out of shape body.
yeah.
Word.
And so the villain of this one is Christian Bale, and he's playing Gore, the God Butcher. That's gonna be cool. And maybe the first half of the movie he's like super fat, but then he realizes he has to fight Christian Bale, so then he starts working out. That'd be funny if he was still fat for like the first half of the movie.
I'd be fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But why Love and Thunder though? Like Natalie Portman is obviously going to have a big role in this.
Yeah, so I think she becomes Thor. Like the stories where she's like dying and then she basically becomes Thor. I think that happens somewhat in this story. I think there's a lot going on in this story.
I guess we'll see. I'm very curious. I'm very
but
curious
also,
to see
I'm
how
hearing
it plays out.
I'm hearing this is supposed to be like Avengers 4.5. You know how like Civil War was Avengers 2.5? This is supposed to be something similar because there'll be a lot of other Avengers in this movie. So it's going to be like Civil War basically, but not Civil War.
They've been doing that in a lot of these movies lately, right? They've just been like
butting them up.
Yeah.
Like Ragnarok was great.
Ragnarok was awesome.
Because it's a Hulk and a Thor movie. That's awesome. But that's also because Marvel is not allowed to do a solo Hulk movie. But
I know it's so bizarre because Universal doesn't like money, right? They prefer poverty, I guess, or whatever. So that's their business, fine. But Universal won't let them make a Hulk solo movie, so they're just gonna put Hulk in a bunch of other movies.
Yeah, he can
and they're making She-Hulk. They're doing a She-Hulk show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, She-Hulk's gonna be great.
Hulk.
That's starring Tatiana Maslany. So if you ever seen her from Orphan Black, she plays like multiple people. So she's a great actress. So I think she'll
haven't
do
seen her in that
kind of killer role as
I'm
She-Hulk.
just saying She-Hulk is crazy because like they can't get a Hulk movie, but they can make She-Hulk. So it's like just let them make a Hulk movie.
Yeah,
like we're team with them. They're making She-Hulk. Like just make Hulk 2. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, and Mark Ruffalo will be in that too, because basically he has to. Because in the comics he gives some of his blood to save her life.
Ruffle your feathers, yo. Yeah, doesn't she just become this big green supermodel who like?
Yeah, she basically
like
her but green, but super strong. She doesn't go like Hulk does. She can basically control her stuff.
So she's like Smart Hulk.
Yes. Oh yeah, almost like Professor Hulk, which what we got in like Endgame. He called him Professor Hulk because he's smart and he wears cardigans.
Yeah, Professor Hulk. Yeah, exactly.
Where do you buy a cardigan that big?
They're there. They're out there.
They're out there.
There's big, huge human beings out there, and they need cardigans. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so that comes out in May. That kind of starts off this Marvel season in the summer. Then right after that, in July 8th, 2022, we get Wakanda Forever. So we get the sequel to Black Panther, but without Chadwick Boseman. So I hear that they're gonna kind of do, kind of passing the title of Black Panther to somebody, and I'm not sure who.
Killmonger.
Shuri. Who would you want it to go to? I like Shuri. She was a fun character. What are those?
I think The Rock could take it.
The Rock?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're
He
gonna
could do
introduce
anything.
The Rock into the Marvel universe, and he's gonna become Black Panther?
Yeah. Make him another cousin. Make him Killmonger's brother or something. I don't know.
Maybe we'll get Michael B. Jordan to come back, and maybe he'll take over.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, Killmonger.
Yeah,
Killmonger
Killmonger.
could just become Black Panther. He could have a change of heart and become Black Panther. I actually think that there's a possibility Michael B. Jordan gave Chadwick Boseman his illness in order to become Black Panther.
Or maybe a few of them become Black Panthers. They like share it because he has like multiple things on his neck. Everyone
That
has
was
one.
a joke, by the way, Anthony.
I know. It was a
kidding.
dark joke.
I don't actually think that Michael B. Jordan has magic powers and is capable of casting other actors into illness through his magic. Just for the record, I don't believe in magic.
Wakanda Forever. That'll be cool. I think so. So then we have coming up in the fall, The Marvels, November 11, 2022. So it's the sequel to Captain Marvel. What do you think about that one?
The Marvels. Okay, so The Marvels was the name of my favorite comic book series growing up, which was about a reporter named Ben Urich. And I think that was his name, or Ulrich. And he lived through the Second World War and through the 60s and into the 1990s and witnessed different events going on in the Marvel universe and wrote stories about them, took pictures of them. One of the reasons of my favorite comics is because of how well written it is. But Alex Ross is an artist. Alex Ross is an artist that exists in his own sort of stratosphere in terms of comic books. He paints people who look real. He makes comic book stuff look like it is.
And this
really
is
there.
a Marvel property?
Yeah, it was a Marvel property, and it was called The Marvels. It was a miniseries. It was six
Maybe
issues.
they'll like kind of allude to that in this movie because it's called The Marvels. But this is The Marvels because it's like Captain Marvel.
It's the Marvel, Captain Marvel, and she's going to have other members of her Marvel family.
Yeah, so it'll be
Miss Shazam.
Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Right. They're doing actually a TV show for her, so she's getting a TV show. And then the other one that's in the Marvels will be Monica Rambeau. So remember in WandaVision, she got powers and stuff. So it'll be those three. So it's the sequel to Captain Marvel, but it'll have Monica Rambeau, Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel. So I don't know if, because Miss Marvel is coming out with a TV show as well, but I'm not sure if that comes out before or after this movie. So,
nobody knows.
Yeah. And there's a few other shows coming out too. So we got the Hawkeye show coming out. And there's an Iron Heart show coming out.
With Tony's daughter or something?
See, I don't know that part yet. But that's a good theory that
if you
it's
don't
just
know,
Morgan Stark.
Nobody in the whole world knows this.
I'm just reading off like IMDb. They have like the Hawkeye show. They have the Iron Heart show.
Steinberg.
And Miss Marvel.
Okay, well, here's my thoughts. Could all be very good. I'll have to see them. I've liked a lot of what they put out so far.
Yeah, most likely all be good.
Making weak third acts, but I bet you're going to have at least 2 really good first acts out of each one of those movies. Really good first and second acts out of each one of those movies, I think.
And then we'll get the scene where Yelena Belova goes to kill Hawkeye, and Hawkeye's like, "No, man, I was trying to kill myself."
And Yelena's going to be like,
I use my arrows to blow her feet up so she couldn't kill herself.
No, I hope Yelena doesn't kill Hawkeye. I hope
No,
she just
no.
kills his
They're
family.
gonna have it. That'll be like the first part of it, and then they're gonna team up to fight the bigger bad guy of the Hawkeye series.
No, just gonna pretend I didn't say that, huh? All right, fine, whatever. I can't make my dark jokes today. Anthony's just gonna ignore them. All right. Yeah, no. I think that she'll go after Hawkeye's family for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, and whatever. Like, it's fictional. So the family of Hawkeye has been used as sort of a plot device in the past. Sort of his motivation for going on a killing spree. So I imagine his lust to protect them would be borderline tyrannical. She may be helping him out by kicking the shit out of him and resetting his brain a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
All right. So the next
what are we
movie.
thinking next?
So this is where Ant-Man and Wasp come out. So this comes out February 17, 2023. Quantumania. So we're gonna have all this crazy
Quantumania running wild, brother.
quantum shenanigans. And this is basically where we get Evil Kang. So after Loki season 2 finishes up, we'll finally see Evil Kang.
Much better than not Evil Kang. He's gonna be so Evil Kang.
And basically, that's all I know about the Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania so far. I guess because it's so far out, we don't have that many details yet.
Mania. My prediction is Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly are doing it in the first scene, and then
to what song?
Hulk Hogan's theme song. I am a real American. And then soon after that, Kang shows up and kicks Paul Rudd right in the face, and he's so upset. And the movie's just about Paul Rudd getting revenge for being kicked in the face in the middle of coitus. Bam! That's going to be the plot. If it's not,
you heard it here first, people. Nick
I'll
Martin
whip
with
up
his
some
predictions
money.
for 2023.
Money and throw it in the air, and hopefully it comes to you.
Just throw it in the air. All right. So then after that, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 5th, 2023.
Whoa!
So I guess they're gonna go running
As
after.
long as Drax is in it, it's going to be good.
Yeah, he's gonna be in it, but it's supposed to be his final movie because he doesn't want to continue to keep doing Drax stuff like being super jacked. Because Dave Bautista is actually a little bit older. He's like 50 something, and to stay super jacked like that, he says it's hard. So that's why he wants to kind of give up that one. And so this will be his last.
Dave Bautista is a genetic freak. Dave Bautista is going to be super jacked no matter what he does. Like, he thinks people are like, oh, poor but Dave Bautista, he has to eat all the time and he has to work out all the time. I bet you when he stops eating and stops working out, he's going to be like, how am I still so jacked? How did this happen? Whoa, it's great. Oh my God. Well, I'm a little chubby around the sides and maybe around the thighs, but I'm jacked still.
Is that your
Like,
spot on
I bet you-
impersonation of Dave Bautista?
I bet you that's how it's going to go. That's how all jacked people sound, man. Come on. Haven't you ever been to the gym?
No. I have my own gym
No, man.
downstairs
Dave
in the
Bautista
basement.
going to stay jacked. He's going to. That's because you're rich as fuck. Dave Bautista's going to stay jacked, and he's going to be the man forever. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold Jello.
Yeah. And so then that's kind of all I've got for everything up until 23. But there's actually one thing left, and it's kind of the last thing we'll talk about. They don't have a date
The
for
one
it.
thing that is left.
They don't have a date for it yet, but it's Fantastic Four, and it's on the schedule, but we don't have a date. We don't have a cast yet. So that leads me to my question to you, Mick. What would be your ideal casting for this Fantastic Four movie?
Obviously, the dude and the guy and the dude and the chick he's married to.
Yes, but who? So we were talking yesterday, actually, to one of your nephews.
No, okay, all right, yeah, no. It's got to go. What's his name? Who's the Blake? Blake Lively or no?
Blake Lively. She was the love interest in Green Lantern.
No, yeah, and she's married to Jim from The Office, right?
Oh no! So you're thinking about John Krasinski He was the
Yeah.
guy from The Office, and he's married
And
to
Emily
Emily
Blunt.
Blunt. So that's kind of
Yes.
the
Those
rumored
two.
and the most fan like
I
predicted or
want that
casted.
one.
You like them?
Like,
I'm not.
I think
I'm
that
not.
would be awesome.
I think if Marvel, whoever Marvel gets, will be good. So if Marvel goes and picks John Krasinski, I'll give him a shot. But to me, he doesn't look like a Reed Richards, you know. But I really
I
like
think he
Emily
would do
Blunt.
awesome. I think he would do awesome as Reed Richards. I think Emily Blunt would be,
Yeah, she's good in everything.
spectacular as Miss Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think that I think that the obvious choice is the best one for what's his name, for Human Torch. There,
Chris Evans.
the no,
I had a conversation yesterday with your nephew, and I agree with him. He said they should make it Chris Evans and never mention anything that he looks like Captain America or anything. And it'd be awesome because you could, like, I don't know, pull him from the multiverse or something. But if you made it Chris Evans, that would be awesome. I think it would be great.
Yeah, I think Chris Evans is just beyond that at this point. Chris Evans is like directing movies. Chris Evans hosts parties that are like 700 models and him and like one of his buddies from the old days and like a priest. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he's a fucking maniac. That guy, he's got like a movie star good looks and money for days and likes to party and is intelligent enough to like write and direct and stuff. So I just don't see him doing like coming back to unless, depending, I don't know, man. I don't know how much he drinks. Like, maybe he can get himself into it, but
Maybe
I
not.
really
Look
think
see how jacked he is. Most people who are like super jacked like that don't drink actually a lot.
you can find ways, but you're right.
You just have to work out
You're right.
even more.
Yeah,
You'd have to
even
work out
more.
29 hours a day.
Yeah, I just heard a lot of party rumors about him. But anyway, point of the story is, I'm just saying,
So then, who would you get to be Human Torch?
the guy he was in that Seth Rogen Next Door Neighbors movie. He was in Baywatch.
Zac Efron?
Zac Efron.
I could see that. Yeah.
Zac Efron is the Human Torch, with Emily Blunt as his sister.
Okay.
And
then The Thing.
and John Krasinski, and the Thing, Danny DeVito, 100%.
Danny, he would be the shortest thing ever.
No. So
He
you
would be
get
the
him
boulder.
as Ben Grimm. As Ben Grimm, he's in space because, okay, they always cast these like gruff-looking old policemen to be.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis. He was great.
Yeah, he was great, but I mean, like, Ben Grimm was an astronaut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
Let's
was
just
an
get The
astronaut
Rock.
towards the end of his career. You could just get The Rock, yeah.
It makes
The Rock
so
can
much
do anything.
sense.
Yeah.
The Rock,
But,
The Thing, he's made of rocks.
Yeah.
You zoom in, you see little pictures of The Rock's face
But
all
with-
over him because he's made of...
with made of the rocks, yeah. No, that's funny.
So much opportunity
That's
for
really funny.
memes there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, obviously, The Rock could do it. The Rock can do whatever he wants. The Rock is going to play Black Adam, though.
Yeah,
and I think
he's gonna be.
nail
He's gonna
that,
smash that. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So, like, I just hope that he's the same sort of. I hope he calls people Rudy Poo. I hope he plays like heel Black Adam really well. Anyway, point of the story is what I'm saying here is Danny DeVito would make Being the Thing look fun. Everybody else makes it look tortured. He's like, oh my God, look how big my hands are. Like, I'm a big rock monster. Danny DeVito would be like, oh my God, look at me. I'm a rock monster. Don't you ever try to change me back, Reed. Don't you ever try to change me. I like it this way. Nobody can mess with me. Like, I got a big green dong, or no, a big orange dong. I love it. Like, girls like me. Like, don't ever change me. Like, he would be the Thing, and he would want to remain the Thing because he would go from being Danny DeVito to being like, oh my God, I'm big now. You know what I mean? Like, I think it could be a really funny, interesting, cool, and as long as you make the Thing CGI and like plastic. Makeup
so you're saying okay, yeah, just the voice.
Yeah, the voice, exactly, the voice and
Okay,
the face.
yeah, I can see
features.
that.
And maybe even like, depending on the way you film it, like the way they got Thanos, you could maybe do something like that with Danny DeVito. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Something like that.
No,
And if
I'm
it's-
on board with you there.
Right, yeah. And if it's not Danny DeVito, somebody else who makes Being the Thing seem fun. Because
Yeah.
Being the Thing is a better option than some other options. Like, they made that pretty clear in the Thing, one of his comic books, where he turns into Ben Grimm. And he goes back to being normal, but then gets paralyzed, like winds up only being able to kind of look around, and he can't move at all. And he's in a position where he thinks that being the Thing, at least to his character, maybe it wouldn't be for some people, but for him and his character, being the Thing is preferable to that, right? So, and I think that there's a lot of people who could potentially see that being the case, like maybe preferring to be the Thing to being fully paralyzed. So, like, I don't know, maybe there's a way that Danny DeVito or somebody along the lines of Danny DeVito, maybe Taz from pro wrestling, could make it seem fun to be the Thing. Anyway, and he's also supposed to be a New Yorker, right? He's supposed to say it's clobbering time with a
Smat
really
Pack.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's
he's
Boston.
supposed to have fun and be able to shake off losing to people. Like the Hulk whoops his butt sometimes, right? But the Thing shakes it off because he got a sense of humor. So anyway.
Yeah. That's what he says.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, yeah, whatever, and then he'll wrestle the Hulk again.
Yeah, because it's also like
awesome.
the Human Torch always razzes him, right? And then he's just like, yeah. That's from like the old Sony one with Chris Evans.
That's right, with Chris Evans. Yeah, and Chris Evans and Danny DeVito would make a dynamite team too.
Oh,
and everybody knows it.
No matter what they do, I'm down. Even if it's John Krasinski.
Yeah, well,
Marvel can convince me.
John Krasinski could be great, man. I think he'd be great. I really do.
Yeah, we'll see. Whenever that comes out, 2024?
2020.
Who knows?
Wow.
All right, and I think that's kind of everything I've got this week. You have anything else that you want to talk about?
Nuclear war.
No, I think we'll save that for a nuclear war episode.
Fine.
All right, just wrap it up then. All right, everybody, thanks for listening, as always. I'm Anthony Element, the Essential Element on Twitter. Mick, you won't find him nowhere. Remember to
cannot be found.
Listen to us on Apple Podcasts,
invisible.
Spotify, Podbean, YouTube. Do all that stuff. All right, see you guys. We'll catch you up next week. Bye.